Who's your biggest racing hero out of all?
Probably my dad. I know that sounds cheesy, but if it wasn't for him, I would have definitely never made it this far. Um, so definitely my dad, I'd say.
Cool, that's awesome. So, what's ARCA again? What does it stand for?
I'm not gonna lie. I've some automobile racing club of America. I'm gonna
I
Ah,
go with
think
that.
that's what it's
Sounds about
called.
right. I just drive the car. I don't know what anything means.
ah. Who have you ever won a photo finish at all?
It's been close. I back in my front wheel drive days, I drove a front wheel drive Hornet car when I was like 13, 14, 15 years old, and I lost a heat race by 2 thousandths of a second. And it was a tough loss because I would have been broken the dry streak. We had like a year and a half dry streak going, and I would have broken a pretty long dry streak. I was so upset with myself. And then we went out and we won the feature that night, for the first time in my career. So first ever feature win. So that was really cool to go out there and do that. But that's probably the closest photo finish I've ever had.
Have you ever intentionally wrecked another competitor or no?
Oh well, I mean, I've retaliated. I had somebody. I was running at the Indianapolis Speedrome, which is a flat fifth mile here in Indianapolis on the east side, and there's no like, infield wall, so it's like the track and here's the infield, it's wide open. So wide open infield, and this guy and me were battling for the last transfer spot, and he didn't like the way I was racing him, so he literally cut through the infield to hit me, and I dodged him, and the race ended, and I just kind of put my car in reverse and just put him in the right front wheel because that's where the important suspension is. I just gassed it up and just T-boned him. So that was probably that's the first time and I think hopefully the last time I've ever intentionally wrecked somebody.
Were you penalized or did they just let it go?
Yeah, no, I got kicked out of the pits. I got yeah, I got kicked out that night. That was the first night I've ever been kicked out of a track. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, that was an interesting one.
Yeah, for
Did you
sure.
did you try defending yourself, like saying he started it?
Um, no, because I knew what I did. I knew I shouldn't have half tracked him, but he deserved it to be honest. And ironically, now me and the guy that I half tracked have become pretty good buds, and we've helped each other out over the years after that. So it's I mean, I knew what I was doing at the time, but yeah, I knew the consequences. It was worth it though.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe the same thing will happen with Kenseth and Logano down the
Yeah,
road.
yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that
Maybe.
one?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Martinsville, that was crazy. That's what it almost looked like too. It
Yeah.
was it was pretty rough.
So I have to know, how big are your parents in your racing?
Are my parents?
Yeah. How big?
So
How
like my
supportive
dad's
are
been
they?
around racing, like I said, for a long time. My mom, I don't want to say she's my biggest supporter, but she's definitely put up with a lot of my BS, as I like to call it. Racing over the years, and she's made a lot of sacrifices, and so I'd say she might not be the biggest fan at times, but she's definitely probably my biggest supporter, though I'd say. Um, because she's made a lot of sacrifices between me and my dad, and time at the shop and time in the garage and working on stuff and being gone all week and racing and whatnot. But luckily it pays out because we get to go to Florida in February when it's like 10 degrees up here, and it's like 50 and 60 down there. So she has an excuse to like it. So we get to go to Florida in February.
Yeah, Daytona Beach, Florida
Yes,
in a
sir.
couple of weeks.
I'm hoping next year to go to the 24 hours of Daytona for the first time. That's a race that's been on my bucket list.
That's always a good one. I've never been there, but I've watched on TV a lot. I'm sure it would I'm sure it'd be a good one to watch in person.
For sure, and
So,
it would be my first visit to Daytona.
That the first visit is always a special one.
Yeah.
so do you, do you have high expectations for yourself in Daytona? Or you
Yeah,
just
there's a lot of new and up and coming drivers, and I'm still, I'm still a rookie in the series, and I've only ran 2 super speedway races before, but last year was all about getting experience, and I got plenty of experience. Now I got a lot more experience than I did last year. There's a lot of veterans in the series too that have way more experience. Brad Smith has 400 career starts in the ARCA Menard series. I mean, there's got guys have been doing this since the 80s almost, and so it's more about luck. I feel like than anything, as most super speedway races are. But we got a really good car, and we went down testing in January, and we were third quick out of 45 drivers on the first day of testing, and then we were seventh quick out of 63 drivers, I believe, overall for the weekend. So, um, we got a pretty good shot. I feel like.
That's great to hear. We wish you
that's
luck in
great.
that.
Thank you,
Yeah,
thank you. I need it.
yeah.
Do you have any final thoughts?
Now I just gotta thank everybody at home, support the fans, supporting both in person and on TV and watching races. And there's a lot of guys and gals out there that if it wasn't for their support, I don't think I ever would have made it this far. And I'd like to thank you guys too for bringing me on the show. It's been fun. It's been good. Had a lot of fun. So,
Well, tell everybody where you can catch you racing most
so
of the time.
you can first off you can find updates on our Facebook page. That is Brayton Laster Motorsports, and I have a TikTok which is at Brayton Laster, and then my Twitter is at the One Pizza Man, and those are my main 3 social media pages and whatnot. And I have a website, Brayton Laster 2, where I have all of my schedule will be released up there shortly from the ARCA to the dirt late model stuff. So you can find stuff there, and then you can catch me live FS1 at 1:30 p.m. February 18th at Daytona International Speedway for the Daytona ARCA 200.
Awesome.
All right, we will
That's
be
great.
watching a big race in Daytona on FS1, like you said.
Yep. You want to close us out, Justin?
Yep. So we thank Brayton for coming on the program. Catch him on FS1, February 18th.
Yep.
And I will see you next time on Stories from Motorsport.